Hello, friends. This is Gilles Massillon. I'm here to speak about transcendental psychology. I thought I'm inspired to come and speak about different ideas. The more we are able to recognize supreme intelligence within life, recognize God's presence. For God is such an immense being. He's like he's created the universe, but he hasn't signed his creation. So a lot of people can believe it is all a random act. But the more we can recognize God, the easier it is for God to recognize us. And so I'm gonna discuss some ideas right now. We're really in the. It's very important. Education really takes center stage about what's going on in the evolution of consciousness. It is for the ascended master, the higher wisdom of the realm are not teaching directly. They cannot do that. They teach to initiate like us, and we receive this information and we promote this information in order to form new world teachers. We want to qualify as many souls as possible to become world teacher, because there's a lot of work all around the planet to educate humanity as far as the law of one, the law of love, the law of God, and truth and unity. Thank you so very much, not to forget for your presence and your faithfulness to listen to my message. And don't forget to subscribe. If you're new to the channel, there's going to be some amazing things that I'm going to be very different. All my presentation and communication will soon be upgraded. So don't forget to subscribe, to follow, and to put on the notification bell. I thank you for your likes, your sharing, and your comments, and for your donations. YouTube does not allow me to monetize my channel, so it really helps. And if you want to discuss art or private session, do not hesitate to send me an email. I was talking about the power of magic is very powerful. Magic is what actually is the understanding of higher laws. When miracles happen, it is not supernatural events. It's been observed. It is because it's connected to higher law, higher frequency, that is above the level of consciousness of physical beings that are observing those things. But symbols are very powerful. The world of symbol is extremely powerful. Symbols are keys that open doors to higher truths. There is words also that are very powerful, as well as phrases. And so it is, or abracadabra. There's all kinds of phrases that are magical phrases, and but it's also the power of certainty. When we want something, it's like to be certain about something will greatly assist in manifestation. If we think it's just a probability or a possibility, then it may take longer. But when we're certain of something, certain things, we can rely on the certainty. So, because we need to regain our creator power, huh? And all of that is inspired by the soul and the spirit, and then we become the instrument of the manifestation of the will of soul and spirit, of our soul and spirit. So we're going to be getting the power of the gods, right? It's nothing short of that. When you look at the gods of mythology, those were beings that were coming from a higher cycle of evolution that integrated into a human form, but they had magical powers. But that's because they had better knowledge of understanding and relationship to their own inner source and connection. But we do need to graduate in love and wisdom, because during the time of Atlantis, or even before, during those mythological time, a lot of beings have abused those spiritual powers. So now will only be given to the compassionate, and it will come as we are ready to receive it. For the body is being prepared for tremendous change, fifth dimensional ascension. But it is a personal choice to ascend. We need to the way to do that is to turn our attention to the one and true God, the first source and center. So it's like it is. Regardless what's the name we call it, or what is our preferred choice, but everything is God, but in truth there is only one life, one God, one truth, one point of freedom. And right now there is a need to heal the separate through love and wisdom, to love and compassion, to heal all the separation between people, like when England separated India from Pakistan, and they've been doing continually. There is very, very powerful energy in Kashmir, and they wanted to prevent this awakening of that vortex. And so So they've been manufacturing conflict, but those who are awakening in those regions or any conflicting region are really dissolving all their programs because all it's like they're really trying to the blockages to world peace is voluntary. It's not the manufacturing conflict and so that. So that humanity is like an opposition to the force of peace because war is much more profitable than peace. So whenever there is rather than implementing solution, they always as soon as some solution is being found, they're working on a new crisis, a new conflict. Both on the energetic level, there are beings that are nurturing themselves from human suffering, and on the physical plane, they're making money from those conflicts. But so there is still force opposing the ascension in all countries, but and the only power they have is the power of illusion, the power of fear. So we want to disconnect from the dark agenda of control. There's many layers of that. It's all it's this, but we just need to stay outside of this global mind control egregore to let go of the separation, duality, and conflict. And whenever and history has been written, we'll come to realize that history was manufactured conflict that was specially designed to keep humanity in low frequency, and they've created historical dates where we celebrate that to reawaken to collective traumas. So it's all pretty intelligent, but now we need to dissolve all that. It's still a lot of work, but it's just. So because they're manufacturing crisis rather than implementing solution, and so. And all historical events were not natural in folding, and they were controlled events. So, but we're no longer fooled by this, and the awakened community is no longer fooled by that. For me, it's been years. I've been disconnected from those collective beliefs for many years, but. And all those who live in those conflictual zones are they're very powerful force to break down all to break down all those parameters, because those alien technology that are used to harvest conflict and fear, as soon as people awaken and start to turn into love, those energy, those technologies will broadcast love. Right now they emphasize, they're magnifying fear, but when there is enough love, they will magnify love and accelerate the ascension. So it is very important to realize all your thoughts are important, because we all participating, even if we don't live in those conflict zones, we're still participating on that level. And so all conscious thought will dissolve this dark matrix of control. And once there is enough love, those technologies that are in place will really assist in acceleration in the creation of a paradise Earth. But people have to choose unity rather than separation, love rather than fear. And so, because all these metrics, all the astral planes have been cleared up. There used to be this very heavy, anxiogène, very fearful, very tense, at a negative astral environment that the archons put in place long time ago, but now it's been discharged. It's been it broke up. It's like the archons are gone, and it's like so it's like there is no more need for because they used to play to push negative memory, negative traumas into our minds. So we just have to deal with that all the time, and all traumas that were not of our own making. They were artificial technology that were pushing. I talked about that many times in my other videos, but all of that were pushed into our mind. But right now we are at a turning point because of a collective awakening, and so. Because we've been doing our work, and many people have been doing their work, and you've been doing your work, and so there is all this collective awakening that is going on, and there is also the desacralization of all the celebrities. We're going to come to realize those people are not better than anybody else. So it's and your life is more important than somebody else's life that lives on the other side of the world that you'll probably never meet. A lot of them are just part of this dark matrix of control, not all. But we'll see. There's no need for judgment. So what we seek is continuing to cultivate inner harmony. And the more inner harmony we have, the more we're projecting that harmony on the outer world. This peace, this joy, this love, even in silence, we want to lend our energy to support that which is light, that which is good, and we want to lend our energy to transmute the dark and the impure. For we have the power to accept or reject any thought, any belief that our consciousness is exposed to. There may still be old debris, like old habits and cosmic debris that are still floating. They will be transmuted and gone. But all the atmospheric, the astral atmosphere has been changed. We need to learn to deal with the tide, the cosmic tide. It's like it goes up, there is high tide and low tide. When there is a high tide, it's like we're surrounded. It's like good days. We feel like very empowered, a lot of love, a lot of power, a lot of easiness. But then the tide retreats, and that's the more difficult days. It's like dry sand. But we have to know that this is just part of a process, and the tide will come back up again. So it's how we deal in low energy day. That's really the more and more we don't get agitated, and we stay peaceful, we stay calm when we don't feel connected. And if there is like darker emotions that come up, regret, fear, shame, guilt, anger, all kinds of things, that despair even, just let it pass through you. Do not criticize it, do not analyze it, just let it pass through you for it to be transmuted. Do not resist it. Also, we need to reclaim our sovereignty. And for that, we learn to stay calm and loving rather than frustrated and agitated. For a lot of things that used to traverse my mind, used to agitate me, used to make me angry, used to make me frustrated. But now I'm dealing with it with a lot more ease. Realize you find your own salvation because of your own light, because it's your own light that brought your consciousness into this awareness that we have now, even if it comes from didn't come from some external forces or someone, or for instance, when I'm sharing my truth with you, and it helps you because it's because the light within me resonates with the light within you. It is your own light that is receiving. Otherwise, it would just pass. It would come in from one ear, leave from the other. So all the light that we share, because we need to share, we need to continue to communicate and share our own light, our own truth, because we're all unique and we all have a unique role, a unique mission to contribute to this process. And so dream big and be audacious. It's like. And learn to return to your heart all the time, to find your peace there, to be at peace in your heart whenever you need. You can know that you can return to your heart. Be kind and gentle towards yourself. And sometimes life can remove a lot of things from our life, and then we find we have nothing anymore, but we have just you and God. Father and son, or father and daughter. It's only, and then after that, God can bring you back all the things that you want, that you need. But sometimes it needs God will go through all kinds of, will put us through all kinds of things to achieve the goal of our enlightenment. So it's, but be kind and gentle to yourself. Love yourself. There was a poet named Gibran who was saying, God says to love your enemy. So I learned to love myself. So you want to love yourself. It's very important to love who you are, where you are, and all that you are without judgment. And can we love ourselves as much as God loves us? It's because God loves us unconditionally. Yet the ascension is a meritocracy. The love of God is unconditional, is eternal, is absolute to all beings. And that is like, we don't always feel it, but it's there. Otherwise, we wouldn't exist. But our process of ascension is how much are we willing to serve? How much are we willing to give? How much energy are we willing? How much are we ready to face within our consciousness? Let go of limitation, face our shadows. The shadows will still be there. The adversity will still be there. But when we're learning to balance out the energies now. For we are so much more than what we think, what we feel, what we do, the role we play. We are an extension of the infinite Creator. We are gods in the making, ascended master in the making. So And God only knows, in truth, what will happen tomorrow. Many predict. There's many that will tell you, in 200, in 50 years, this will happen, but they don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. They will condition the next day. Only God knows. Up there, they know that. They know that only God knows. And so they're much more in the present and close to each moment of now, enjoying each moment of now with their enlightened consciousness, trusting that God will bring whatever we need forward. And so and we're also much more than what we possess. So that's really the common beliefs in society. So it's and our connection to God, to Source, our faith, is the most precious treasure we can ever have. It's an asset. It's a sense of belonging. And even those who are atheists but have a good heart, who are sincere, can find this enlightenment. Then eventually they will find God on the top, because there is no choice at the end. We have to recognize the presence of our Creator. But you can, it's not like essential. Some people can ascend into a non-personal universe. So it's very, there is this solar flash that may be coming. It may be coming at the solstice, but regardless if it comes at the solstice or not, the solstice will be very, very powerful. For the event of ascension is an inner event, regardless of external planetary event. And right now, all the planets are getting ready to move forward. There is no more retrograde in the major planets, so it's really important to plant the seed, positive seed, in the quantum field, because it will definitely accelerate the manifestations. So we'll still be dealing with some shadows. We want there will still be a dark part within ourselves, an ignorant part, but we'll deal with that with compassion and balance, and we'll be a lot more lucid in relationship to all that. And become more aware of our power of co-creation with the universe at all time. Love, peace, patience, and creativity. So it's important to process all the lower emotion. It's a releasing process. Give yourself the grace of forgiveness, very important, and realize the body, physical body, may be affected because our light body is being upgraded and aligning slowly but surely with our physical body, so it can create all kinds of can be some discomfort sometimes, but it's part of the process. Well, I hope this message was interesting for you. I thank you very much for not forgetting to subscribe, to like, to share, to comment. I love your comments. And if you can appreciate your donations, since I can't monetize my channel, I've got to rely on that to continue making these videos. And thank you very much. If you want to talk about art or need a private session, you can send me an email. I was in Paris having lunch with a friend a couple of days ago, and I was able to go to to galleries, but I do enjoy meeting other artists. It's a great pleasure as an artist to meet other artists, and it's very inspiring. But to meet art dealers, to meet gallery dealers, to meet brokers, this world of art is also very, very enriching for me. I enjoy those people that love art so much. It's like my tribe, and I feel I can't wait to go back into this world and to meet all the dealers and all. Well, I know a lot of them from 40 years, working for 40 years in the art world, but there's a lot of them I do not know, and so I'm really eager to reconnect. The card of the day is Yin. So allow things to unfold without forcing anything. Let things come to you. When something come to you energetically, then you know it is the time, it is right, it is what you need to know. The higher wisdom is the crossroad. It's like there is always a choice. We go right, we go left. If we go to the wrong direction, we figure it out. We can always change our mind. But it's always don't stand on and say I don't know which road to take. Just take one and choose and pick, and then you see where energetically where it leads. If it doesn't feel right, then you can always say, that's the one I need, and then you'll know. What we need to do is understand this co-creation. We're all co-creating together. There's a very powerful co-creation in the quantum field as well in the physical. So there is a very deep process of co-creation, right? And what we need to do is TikTok, to stay connected to the eternal now, as well as to be aligned with the cross of matter. So we align in the eternal now through the vertical axis, and we align in the cross of matter on the horizontal time. For time is an illusion. We're going to become master of time eventually. We'll be able to organize time in a way that is completely flowing, completely fluid. And the outcome is the solid foundation. We're really creating a solid foundation for a new life, a new earth, a new civilization, a new collective, a new global consciousness. We're really creating the base, the root for a new renaissance, an awakening on the planetary level. It's happening already. It's happened already on our. It's already. It's a certainty. We just need to go with the flow, and in the meantime, just continue to do what you enjoy to do. I thank you very much. I hope this was interesting for you, and I'll talk to you later. Namaste. God bless.